Day 1. Pinnacle. Summit, peak, top, crown.
The pinnacle of fame and success is often a transient stage.
Array. Arrangement, system.
The president faced an imposing array of reporters.
Obscure. Unknown, lowly, unclear.
Space telescopes are making our obscure planets ever clearer.
Ardent. Passionate, eager.
The ardent baseball fan went to every home game.
Culminate. Reach the highest point.
The party will culminate with the award for the most original costume.
To break the ice. To make a beginning, to overcome stiffness between strangers.
All after-dinner speakers break the ice by telling a story or joke at the start of their speeches.
A musical world. Music reached its pinnacle in the 19th century. Every leading nation produced its share of great composers. There was a bewildering array of national schools and musical styles, as the once obscure musician came into his own. Music became a widespread and democratic art. The ardent music lover turned to Vienna as the music center at the beginning of the 19th century. However, Paris was not far behind, especially in the field of operatic music. As the century progressed, the Germans became paramount in orchestral and symphonic music. The growth of German music can be said to have culminated with Ludwig van Beethoven.
Week 27, Day 2. Constrict. Limit, bind, squeeze.
It is imprudent for a youngster to constrict her circle of friends so that there is no opportunity to meet new people.
Prodigy. Marvel, phenomenon.
There is universal wonder when some prodigy appears on the stage to perform at the age of 4 or 5.
Bereft. Deprived of.
The catastrophe left him bereft of all his possessions.
Falter. Stumble, hesitate, waver.
Though he knew well the danger involved, the knight did not falter as he entered the dragon's cave.
Exultation. Triumphant joy.
She was filled with exultation when she learned her SAT score was near the maximum.
Loaded for bear. To be well prepared.
When the enemy finally attacked the positions, the defenders were loaded for bear.
A giant composer. Beethoven was able to free music from the traditions that had tended to constrict it. He was a child prodigy who held an important musical post at the age of 14. He was a successful concert pianist, but when his health began to fail, he turned to composing. Even though bereft of hearing at the age of 49, he did not falter in his work. Some of his later compositions reflect his sadness with his physical condition, but they also evince an exultation about man and life.
Week 27, Day 3. Vitriolic. Biting, burning.
The vitriolic language, used by critics of the new play, tended to obliterate its good qualities.
Invective. Insulting, abusive speech.
It is difficult to keep invective out of our discussion about the enemy.
Besmirch. soil, stain, dim the reputation.
The candidate tried to besmirch his opponent's record.
Voluminous. Bulky, large.
One has to be amazed at the voluminous amount of information that can be stored on a computer chip.
Retrospect. Looking backward.
In the future we will, in retrospect, regard today's bizarre behavior as quite ordinary.
To bring down the house. To cause great enthusiasm.
Popular entertainers can be counted on to bring down the house at every public performance.
A worthy successor. A successor to Beethoven was Johannes Brahms. Also a prodigy, he was the object of vitriolic attacks by other composers, because of the individuality of his work. They heaped invective upon him, for the intensely emotional quality, and Germanic style of his writings. However, it was impossible to besmirch his talents for long, and he was soon one of the most popular composers in Europe. He produced voluminous varieties of compositions. Today, in retrospect, his originality is appreciated, and he is placed among the top Romantic composers.
Week 27, Day 4. Egotist. A vain, conceited person.
However, we should not be surprised that an award winner is an egotist about his or her performance.
Humility. Humbleness, modesty, meekness.
We all expect humility from the actors and actresses who win the Academy Awards.
Pungent. Sharply stimulating, biting.
The pungent odor of burning leaves marks the autumn season.
Inveterate. Habitual, firmly established.
Doctors agree that it is imperative that inveterate smokers give up that imprudent habit.
Adamant. Unyielding, inflexible.
The umpire was adamant about his decision to call the runner out.
To pull one's weight. To do a fair share of the work.
Everyone in a pioneer family had to pull his or her own weight.
Gruff but likable. In his private life, Brahms was considered by his friends as an egotist. He had an extremely lofty opinion of himself and his talents. He was not noted for his humility. Along with this quality, Brahms was known for his pungent sense of humor. While his closest friends could accept his biting jokes, others found him difficult to warm up to. Brahms was an inveterate stay-at-home. Cambridge University conferred an honorary degree upon him, but he was adamant about staying at home, and did not go to receive the honor. Despite the ardent and romantic nature of his music, Brahms never found the right girl, and remained single throughout his life.
Week 28, Day 1.